Hi everybody, welcome back. Thank you so much for watching. So I've been inspired to do a little makeup collection purge. I'm not going to take you guys through my whole collection because that will take forever. But I just went through and picked out a box full of stuff that I've decided to get rid of, and then I will have to do an updated inventory very soon, I think. Let me know if you guys would like to see that. I believe I did one back in end of December, early January. It was after Christmas anyway. There's been a whole bunch of stuff just taking up space that I realistically was not going to use because it was stuff that didn't work for me, or because it was stuff that was just too old and I was just hanging on to it for stupid reasons. So because there's so many products, I decided to do a separate video instead of just tossing these in with my monthly empties. So let's dive in and I will show you the things that I am tossing from my collection. So I'm going to try and keep these in some kind of order, so I'm not just jumping all over the place. So I went through my foundations and I actually picked out a DD cream and a liquid foundation to toss. I have this one from Wet n Wild. It is in light medium. It is definitely way too dark for my skin. I bought it when I was thinking about doing like a $20 makeup challenge. I don't think I ever did that. I bought $20 worth of makeup to do that and then didn't do it. But you can see how much darker this light medium foundation is than my skin. So this was just not going to be a good fit for me. Color match is just terrible, so this has only been used like maybe once and I really don't have any kind of use for it, and it was really only a couple of dollars, so I'm gonna toss it. Then I have the Julep DD cream, which was a huge fail I believe last year. Again, just like the Wet n Wild, and oh gross, this is like, I hadn't opened this in a while and look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, gross. Yeah, I'm glad I'm tossing this. This was a really disappointing product. And it was one of the reasons why I had got the Julep box that month, was specifically to get this, and then it was way too orange. Like, it shows you this color on the back, this light color, and it was just so orange. And you can see that it's just, oh, it's just have gone bad. That is just gross, so gone. I have a stick foundation that I'm getting rid of as well. This is from Maybelline. This is the Fit Me. This has been out for a while, I believe, but it just started to become kind of like trendy again, I think a few months ago. So I went out and picked it up. So that's it there. It's not like it's a super bad color match. It might be a little bit too dark, but not bad. But I found it very powdery. And if I used only it on my face looked very powdery and cakey, and I just did not care for it at all. I don't have really oily skin. My skin is like a combination. So certain areas tend to get oily, but even with something like this, like I could put this on like my T-zone and it would get super dry and kind of peel. I don't know why I hang on to these things when they don't work. I've got a concealer that I'm getting rid of. This is the Hard Candy Glamouflage Heavy Duty Concealer. I actually have a little small size of this, but I decided to get rid of the large size because it's old and it's doing the same kind of thing like that Julep thing did. It's just like oily and greasy, and I think it's just past its prime, really. I never used it very much because it was such a super thick concealer and I never had any need for the super thick concealer. I used it a couple times when I was doing theater stuff. It served its purpose, but I have the little one if I need something, and this one is just, it's just old, so I'm gonna toss it. I've got two little primers that are way past their prime. I have this Laura Mercier foundation primer in Radiance, and this, I also have a full size, I don't think that's been touched, or not a full size, but like a bigger deluxe sample size of this primer that has not been touched. I wasn't super crazy about it. I find that a lot of times with like Radiance primers, they really just emphasize my pores. So this one was just sitting there not being used. So it can go. And just like this little mini of the Smashbox Photo Finish Luminizing Foundation Primer. This is pretty old as well. This is another sample size. And there's not a whole lot left, but gone. I've got this Charlotte Ronson Face and Body Glow that I used a few times on like my legs a couple of summers ago, and then I just kept holding on to it thinking that I would use it again, and then never did. And so when I was going through my products, I just saw it sitting there and I was like, you know what, I'm not actually going to use this. I'm not crazy about bronzers and like the liquid form or like the body bronzers. I'm just not a very, I don't know, bronze person. I will embrace my paleness at all times of the year. I've got a couple mascaras that I'm getting rid of. 2 Clump Crushers from CoverGirl. I've got a Water Resistant in Very Black, and I've got a regular kind in black. So I hadn't used these for a long time. Generally, when I need a mascara and I have none, I will buy a CoverGirl mascara because they're good. I just wasn't crazy about Clump Crusher. I don't know, something about the brush. I just didn't like it very much. And I just dropped it, the other one. So that's what the brush looks like there. It's curved. I like just straight up and down brushes. So these ones are a little bit old, definitely past their prime mascara wise. So I'm going to get rid of both of those. And the last one I'm getting rid of is a sample size of the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes because it also looks like it's past its prime. It's just really thick and goopy when I opened it, so I thought, you know what, I'm not going to risk putting that on my eyes, just not worth it. I've got so many other mascaras to go through. I haven't needed to buy a mascara in the longest time because I get so many from Sephora, either in like other various value sets, or if I'm really desperate, they always have one in like the 100-point perk. And usually the 500-point makeup perks also include a mascara, so I mean I pretty much never need to buy a mascara again. Then I've got a couple of shadow sticks. I have this one from Bonnie Bell, and I don't know how I still have this. Like, this is super old. It's a 14 karat gold, and it looks like that. And yeah. Don't know why I still would have that. I would never use that now. And I also have this one from Hard Candy. It's one of these double-sided ones, so it's got the kind of whitish pink stick side, and then it's got this loose shimmer that you're supposed to like roll over on top of it. And this was one of like, I went through a phase where I bought a lot of Hard Candy, and I don't know if that's going to show up very well because I am very pale. But I went through this phase where I bought a lot of Hard Candy stuff when I was first getting back into makeup again, like 4 years ago or so. And I didn't want to spend a lot of money, so I bought a few Hard Candy things, and that's kind of the reason why I was hanging on to this thing, because it was one of the things that I got a long time ago when I wasn't really using a lot of makeup. I've got so many things now, and yeah, this can go. I picked out 2 lip balms to get rid of. I picked out the Julep Strawberry Mint Lip Balm because I used one before my Project Pan and didn't like it very much, so I thought that I would get rid of that. And I've also got this little mini of the Fresh. It's all worn out now and it's all goopy. Really gross. I really love this lip balm, but this is just old and gross and can go. And I've got one lip product. This is, I believe, Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Color. I'm not sure of this. Everlasting Wine. It's one of those ones that is supposed to be like that long lasting stain, and then you have like the tube on the other side. I bought this when I was in Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf and needed a red lipstick that would last, and it did the trick, and now it can go. It's not something that I will ever wear again. And lastly, I've got a bunch of eyeliners that I decided to get rid of. I've got 3 of these smoky coal liners from Sephora. I've got a purple, a blue, and a gray. They look like this. They are nice. They're super pigmented when you swatch them, but I just found them super difficult to apply, and that they never looked the same on my lid as they did as a swatch. So I was just hanging on to them because I liked the packaging and I thought they were cute, but if I'm not going to use them, they can go. And I've got a few drugstore liners that I wanted to get rid of. I've had some Bonnie Bell ones for some reason, like a brown and a blue and a white and a navy. And these are just terrible, terrible quality. Terrible. There's so many better options at the drugstore. These just suck. I've got 2 from, well, one is LA Girl and one is LA Colors. It's a gray and a silver. And the silver is nice, but it just doesn't show up very well. That's it there. And then I've got this little mini from Hard Candy, which, you know, I've got so many black, and this is a little bit like chalky. Can go. And I've got 2 from Too Faced. I've got a Perfect Eyes waterproof eyeliner in Perfect Black and Perfect Peacock. These were really disappointing because they dried out really quickly. And yeah, like, look at that. These are super disappointing. So that's what they look like right here. Yeah, these were the first like high-end eyeliners I had purchased, and they were quickly replaced by MAC and Urban Decay. In terms of quality, those 2 brands are so superior to Too Faced. So that is everything that I have purged from my makeup collection. It's not a lot, but it's definitely a start. I was going to do separate declutterings, but I realized I've gone through my makeup already in different ways, and I don't have a lot of stuff that I just want to get rid of, but stuff that I want to use. So that's what I'm going to be working on.